Alright, so starting a new game, starting a new playthrough. Uh, Something about the primal, primal nature of Kevin, just appeals to you. Is he a good character? What does he have in store for you? Well, let's find out. So, Kevin is the premier melee damage dealer. He is melee DPS. He has the highest strength of all the characters. He's going to have the best strength growth. Even in his, even on his light path, that will give him less strength. He's still ahead of everyone. Save for Duran and Reese. Even on the dark, I think he may. I think even going line, he's still. So the only one that he'll be stronger will be Duran. But either way, so he's gonna have a lot of strength. A lot of strength means a lot of damage. Just so he's the Angela of the strength oriented characters. So the thing is with Kevin is in the original Seiken Densetsu 3, he was the tank, so to speak. He had the highest stamina. So he was the just the beefy character. Duran in Seiken Densetsu 3, he was the strength character. He was just the one and done, hit him and move on. He was the strength character. However, in the original, Kevin, like Hawk, they got 2 hits out of their attack, whereas Duran and Reese, they only got 1 hit. Kevin got 2 hits, Hawk got 2 hits. What this meant was you had a higher chance of crits and you were doing more damage. Also, something unique to Kevin in the original and also here is at night he passively in battle, as soon as it starts, will transform into a beastman, a werewolf. And this meant that Kevin was not only the best defensive character, just with the defense stats, he was also the best attacker, and he was also just the best in the game, period. So this time around, things have changed. Everybody has multiple hits, so that the impact of that was decreased. However, we'll just use Reese here for an example. She still kind of stays true to form in that her charge attacks will be single hit, whereas Hawkeye and Kevin, who had multiple hits, they're gonna get 2 hits off of their moves, lots of multi-hits. So same deal with Kevin. So while we're here, let's just go into the moveset. Here is your C1 power attack. This is your charge attack. This got the Wolverine slash. Let's go, bub. Alright. Pretty cool. See the aerial shenanigans. You got 2 in the air. This will be the same. You have your 1, 2, smash. This will be your aerial combo throughout the game. This will not change. You can still do that in the air. All characters can do that. You just gotta... Let me try really hard here. There we are. See? You can do that in the air. It's just for fun. It's really not, you know, important. Okay, during the day. That's good, because I'll trigger that later. Let's go into his other attacks. So here's his C2, charge attack 2, with that, and number 3, 1, 2, and there we are. Pretty good. Multi-hit. Has the AoE's bigger than it shows. Probably, I don't know, bigger than it shows. Okay, he's a grower. So now let's take a look at his class strike. So he gets a 3-hit class strike. So again, I think that it's nice that they're keeping some of the things that were unique to these characters in the original. So Angela, Charlotte, Duran, these are just going to be 2-hitters, just, you know, 1, 2. Hawk and Kevin, since they were doing 2 hits on their combos in the original, their class strike, they're going to be doing 3 hits. So it's interesting. This one is actually a pretty good class strike in general. Has a lot of range on it for a tier 1 class strike. The Reese is probably, I mean, even though this is a Kevin video, maybe I'll get around to doing Reese, but she has the best C1 class strike. But Kevin's right there with her, so he's either number 2 or maybe tied. I'll show you that a bit later. Okay, so let's go into the stats here. So, okay, so Kevin has the highest strength in the game, period. He also has the second highest HP in the game. However, he doesn't really have the defensive stats. Well, he has good magic defense, but he doesn't have the raw defense to really back up the high HP. But this is good for him because, as we can see, his ability that he gets here in his tree is damage dealt increases by 15% when HP drops to 30 or below. So this is nice because you want the high HP and you want the average-ish defense to trigger this easier. Because if he had high HP and high defense, it would just be harder to reach that threshold. It's also worth noting that on top of Kevin having the highest strength or attack in the game, and strength growth, in his tree he also follows the pattern of 2 stat increases, 1 ability. So much like Hawk, this is what his tree's going to look like with different abilities. So he's going to just be getting tons and tons of strength, and this is on top of his already natural strength. So he's just higher than everyone, period. It's once you start adding all this up. So first thing you're going to want to do is go into strength. Now, if you're going to use conflagration, it's really not a good quality of life type playstyle or build. The issue is that you're going to have to turn all this off. If they have healing moves, you're going to have to turn off class strikes and healing items. The thing with because they will heal you once you get that low, and also some characters like Reese, for example, on her light paths, she will get passive healing. So for example, if she does just a tier 1 class strike, she's going to heal the group. If she wins a battle, the group's going to get healed. So you have to turn off all this, and it's just really not a good quality of life playstyle. But it's there, you can do it. I prefer not to for that reason. It's just frustrating, and to be honest, you really don't need it. At the very least, you just get, once you're low, you just pop a class strike and just get the damage, because you're going to get healed up anyways. So it's you can do it, but same thing with stamina. You don't want to go into stamina. You don't want to waste any of the points. You're not going to equip any of this stuff, and for Kevin, stamina kind of works against you. Again, you don't want to really have high defense. You want to have low defense, preferably, so that you can constantly trigger things like this. It's the same deal for any character that has that. For example, Hawk in his reactionary, magic attack, magic defense, 40%. So I mean, you want to. It's again, I would just skip it. Intelligence, he doesn't need intelligence. Well, actually he does, but he really doesn't. Skip that. Spirit, you're going to be going into Spirit a lot with Kevin. It's just going to be Strength and Spirit. And then end game, you're going to want to go Luck. Payback, this is actually super good. This will probably be equipped on him throughout the game. Victory CS boost, you can use this if this is your first run. It's just a little bit of extra meter. So strength first, max that out, go into here, do 4, and then I'd hold on to the points until you get your first class change. You don't really need anything else, and as soon as you class change, you'll have the points saved up. You can just dump them into strength. Luck, he gets, I believe, either the second or the third highest luck in the game. Again, luck is crit, so that's good. You're going to be going into luck in some of his later classes. You don't need to go into it now. You're not going to equip any of these. You only have two slots, and they're going to be filled with payback and victory boost. So let's just go ahead and do this now. Here we are. We're going to do that. So the thing about payback is that it doesn't reduce the cost. So let's say you're going to do a class strike. It's going to take 1 bar, 100%. So what it'll do is it'll take the 100%, and then it'll refund you 10%. So you have to. So instead of having, for example, instead of having 90% or 180, you're going to need 200. And then it will refund afterwards. So you need to build it up to the requirement, but you get a little bit back. So it's kind of it doesn't reduce it. Let's see what else to go over. That should be it. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna show you the class strike. It's actually really good. Good range, good forward movement. It's really good. It's either tied for the first or second best. Just to show you. Yeah, I'm hiding in the bushes. Alright, let's go pick a fight over here. Oh, let's make sure I have the well, it doesn't matter. It's just let's go and put more encounters on. Okay, so let's show you what. No, that I don't want you to attack. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Turn them all off. There we are. Okay. So let's show you some of the AoE on his moves. So pretty good AoE. And you can also, have some degree of control. Maybe switch behind. Yeah, we don't need any of that. Okay. So let's look at the damage that he's going to do with just his normal attack here. We're just going to go in there and mash. We're just going to see. So we are 97, 103, 16, 93. So somewhere around there. Okay, actually, let's get rid of this stupid dragon. Chump. No, don't kill him, Kevin. Oh my god. Okay, let's try this again and not mess everything up. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. Okay, that's what we need. Alright, so let's look at the numbers and then here we are. 89, 98, 10 something. Okay, good enough. So this is during the day. So at night, Kevin will transform into the werewolf, and we're just gonna pop one of these. You're definitely gonna want to keep dream reads on your bar, so that if it gets day, you're just gonna pop one and make sure that it goes to night, so that you can always be at night with Kevin. So now let's. Oh wow, it reset him. Okay, well that's not good. Okay. Okay, here we are. So now let's leave so we can show you the transformation. Look at that. You just in and out. It's boom, just like that. Easy transformation. It's much quicker than it was in the original. So now let's look at these numbers here. So we're at 121. Look at that. Well, I don't want you to crit here. 15. So he gets a noticeable damage increase at night on top of his already highest strength. So Kevin is the he is the more or less the Angela of the melee guys. Duran can outdamage him, but that's an end game, post game, late game. For the most part, Kevin is going to be your big damage dealer. He has multi-hitting attacks, tons of damage, good passives. Obviously at night he's going to be hitting even harder, has a good class strike. So if you like Angela for magic and you want to do something with melee, Kevin's your guy. I think that's about it for just the overview on what he can do. And so I think I'll call it here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Take care.